jack mod. Tip side back door, tip side grain door, tip side back. I will go back. I'll back door probably, because that's a split rear door, that probably opens the split. Whereas back is probably hinged at the bottom, so it just tips like a normal tipper. I really don't remember why I did tip through the grain door. Okay, we can turn the help off. How's our harvester doing? We're up to 64% in the harvest. We'll be back before it's done, or it's full, I think. Am I driving on the right side? No, I'm not. Let's drive on that side. Yes, I am. Let's drive on this side. Yeah. Drive on the left. That's a good plan. Currently on sale, multi-purpose bucket with grabber. I don't need one of those. So I'm not going to worry too much. And here we are back at the farm. How are we doing? 78%. It's about to say it's getting full. Let's go give him a hand. There he is. Getting full message. Oh, so another income source for the farm. That's probably enough along the axles. Let's fill up the hitch. Where's the harvester looking? The harvester is at 20%. And he's empty. So let's stop there, turn that off, jump back to here, and as soon as he gets to the end, I'll take over. Keep driving and I'll finish up this bit since the worker's always going to have a problem with this. Estimates. This is probably more than a full tank. I'm going to have to get the empty back into the cart again. But again, 3 full loads from the harvester, and then as much as we need to top it off. And we can run back to the yard again. And we'll see where we are on time after that. Can get, we'll probably come back that way. Let's drive this more to the middle. Oh. View here is a bit bad. I'd like to be sitting lower in the seat because there's too much of the console above and not enough window. I suppose I could look down like that. But then I'm looking down, I'm not looking The view angle, yeah. The looking down thing is the view angle that I'm looking at. I prefer to be looking more level, less at the ground, more at the sky, if you like. The nice thing about this harvester is you can see the edges of the header. So in theory you could harvest from the cab. I generally don't, but just because depth perception is not the greatest. So I'm probably missing bits along the left edge, but for the most part I think we're getting most of it. But that left edge does curve out. It's not something I can just leave the harvester driving straight and it'll just do it. Of course you could put it on actually no, we couldn't. I was going to say you could put it on GPS, but we don't have GPS installed on this harvester, because for the most part I can do harvesting by dead reckoning, not by oh, this is going to be a little tricky. Doing a left turn, it's going to turn my field of view to the right, or doing a right turn. I can't see the header at that point. So this is a guess on the turn in. There we go. Now this is straight, because we've got a worker to do this edge. So if I get this on the right angle, which I think I'm still missing, that should be a hands-free drive straight down. Now obviously I am using cruise control now, we're still drifting to the right a bit. And I think we're doing okay here. I think this time I'll make this a left turn, just so that it's easier to line us up on the patch that we're turning back for. Might be easier. Then again, it might be not. Well, it looks like I did manage to keep the driving angle correct. Let's try and get as much of this as we can, and then follow the left edge. How's the fill rate? 55. Not bad. And there's all our barley. So again, that's our dead crop in front of us. Now the thing is our cultivator is so wide that I can't let it loose until we are well across this field, because the Challenger is just going to catch us up. Again, blind turn in, and I think we got it. Now if we were operating small equipment, I could probably set off a small tractor with a 3 or 4 meter cultivator now, and we would get this field harvested and it would never get close to us. But Challenger has such a wide working width on that cultivator. It's something like 12 meters, maybe a bit more. I'll grab that bit there that we missed for some reason. Turn into that and try and make it so that we hit as far up that wedge as the harvester width. Well, I've not done it this way before, or at least I've not done it this way for a very long time. How's that fill rate? 85. So like I said, I didn't think we were going to get this entire block in one load. Actually, it's kind of looking close. course I should raise the header every time I do a turn. But then the harvester will run away on me because I need to lower the cruise speed. I'm actually going to make this entire block. I'm surprised. Yield is not as good as I thought it was, I guess. And I think we'll finish this block when... Am I going to make that turn? Yes. Barely. Okay. Turn that off and manual driving. Stick the pipe out. Yeah, that's kind of a problem on this harvester. You can't see where the pipe is. I think the John Deere's, the pipe's a little further forward, so you can see where it is. I'm just going to have to guess. That looks wonderful. Oh, you can see it draining into the trailer from here. What you can't see is where the header is, because it's... If I was sitting lower, yeah, if my viewpoint was down a bit, then I'd be able to see the end of the header and be able to judge what it's sitting over. But that's not a thing. Don't know how full the tractor is because it doesn't show us. Oh, hello. Let's try not to break the tractor while we're driving off. Okay. Oh, there's a patch there. Let's grab that bit. And that was nothing. Oh, yeah. That was 0 litres of barley. So yay for that. Actually, let's drive across the field a little way. We'll do another cut in. Like round about there. And probably that sort of angle. So a bit of kink at the top, but we're heading about 250. So once we've done the cut in here, I can then harvest with the pipe in the middle of this alley, and it doesn't matter where I get full, it'll always have an opportunity to unload. Rather than just going up and down adjacent rows, you're going to end up, you're playing a 50-50 game of am I going to be able to empty the harvester or not, because the pipe's on the wrong side. Doing it this way, we cut in when the harvester is empty, so we know we're going to reach the other end. For this harvester on this field, obviously if we were doing a bigger field, that might not be quite so guaranteed. And then, because otherwise you have to kind of cut out to the right, back up and cut out to the right before you're full, so that a tractor can follow you into the crop. And unload you. There we go. Swing about, and we follow that line back. So now I can just manage this. That's the tightest turn I have to make doing this now. And we just do opposite sides until the harvester's full, and we've always got this, lane down the middle that the tractor can come down on. So, early summer, it's 11:43, so I think we're probably going to fill up the trailer and take it back to the farm, and then we'll call this one done. We'll pick up the harvest next Next week, what is next week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th of December. We'll pick this up on maybe where we left off. Maybe we'll delay it a bit, or yeah, well, I'll advance it a bit so we've just got the end of the other field to harvest. This is working quite well. I'm pleased. Normally I wouldn't have planted barley. I don't think we do barley all the time, or barley is one of the main crops, so we kind of it's one of the things that hits the cycle: barley, wheat, oats. Barley's actually a good animal feed because it yields higher than wheat, and typically most animals that require wheat also require barley, so you could use this as chicken feed, but because it yields higher than wheat, it's going to last you longer feeding your chickens or your pigs than wheat would. Just as an aside, it's going to create more volume, so you might need an extra 10% of a truck to cart it all than compared with wheat, but you end up making approximately the same money because barley is usually worth less. And we are about to hit capacity again. 2, 3. But yeah, barley has a use because it's an early crop for harvest and planting. So where are we up to? 16. This will put us to 25.2, I guess. So if we get another 4,000 in the tank, I can let that loose on a worker and we'll take another run back up to the yard and tip this. We try and fill it from the middle because that's the low point. Turn the engine off, jump back in the harvester. Let's edge it forward a little. And we are done, empty. So let's fold that and get this rolling. So we need about 4,000, 5,000 litres. We'll go for 5,000 litres. And then top off the wagon and make a visit to the yard. That's not a lot of wheat left on either side. Well, actually there's no wheat left on either side. Barley, however, different. So I think as far as a worker's concerned, I would probably prefer to be on this side because the block of grain is, or the crop is, looks more voluminous than the left side. That's probably about 2 or 3 rows passes. This is a good view, although I fully expect the worker to completely mess this up because of the unusual shape. 1,000. So that's another crop in our bins that's going to be sitting there for 6 months before we sell it, unless I get really desperate to do something with some money. As I said, this harvester, it's it's a good size for our farm. We could upgrade. It won't make us more money if we did. And we're not racing against time. It's not like, it's 5 o'clock and I haven't finished this field yet. It's, we're good. We only started cutting, what was it, about midday. So this will still be there, this is... With GPS, I would have been able to estimate that a bit better, but that does look like one cut and done. So we'll get down to the bottom. We'll turn this around, top off the trailer, and then set a worker off on the other patch. We probably won't do this block until the last pass. Because by the time we come back, the worker will have eliminated most of the other side. Switching between these two blocks, you're going to spend more time driving than you would turning the harvester around at each end. So less efficient. Anyway, as I said, getting close to the end of this session. Episode 101. We did 100 on Thanksgiving Day. No cakes. And we'll be running this through, as I said, we'll be running this series through till spring. Stronger consideration to switch this to an FS22 series once we get precision farming. The nice thing is we're not going to need to wait for seasons to come out. We want a map, we want precision farming, and then we're good. Okay, cut in here, try and get this lined up so that the worker will do his thing. Okay. So 4,704 litres to top this off. And that's the other thing. I mean, with this tipper, I've considered getting another one of these so we can have multiple carts. Or we're about to run our second run in, so I could have emptied the harvester and not taken time out to drive up to the yard. And then I could follow me back to follow me to a couple of tractors back to empty the tippers and then make it back to the farm or back to the field. This will be a lot easier with Farm Sim 22 because I could just tell a worker to take this back to the farm. And if I've got other grain carts available, it's literally jump into here, load up the grain cart from the harvester. This is full, tell it to go to the farm. Jump over to the one that's currently at the farm, tell it to come back to the field. Jump back in the harvester and continue harvesting. And eventually one of the tractors, this is very heavy, one of the tractors will make it back to the field in time to start emptying the next load from the harvester. And it'll allow you to be a little bit more efficient with your workforce, I think, being able to go to. Now, obviously, there are mods in 19. Courseplay allows you some complex field work settings, and then you've got auto drive, I think it is, which lets you tell a tractor to go to a field or tell a tractor to go somewhere, but they're fixed points and it follows a predetermined route. So if the predetermined route hasn't been set up on the map, it won't be able to use that mod. It looks like, for the most part in FS22, the go-to function, so this should tip fully. Opens the oh no, that's tips the doors. So that opens the door. Back door is, it's a swing gate on the back rather than opening them. Oh, that's why I did it on grain door, because it's a little bit close to the roof there, and I was having issues. Let's shut the door, lock the door. Done. But yeah, it looks like in Farm Sim 22, it's looking at the sides of the road for a certain extent. And if it can't find, and I have had situations where it can't find a way to the point you've told it to go. So I've got a tractor in the store and I've just hitched something up and then said, hey, go to this field because I'm going to come there, load it with seed and set it off working. And it's just said, I can't find a route. But if you drive it to the entrance of the store and then do that, it says, oh yeah, no problem, there's the road, I'll just follow it. So it does have some difficulty. I wonder how it would cope with if you've modelled a farm track like we've done on this farm and just said, hey, that field we sowed with sunflowers at the beginning of this episode. There's no direct established route without driving over some crop somewhere. I've eliminated half. Why have you stopped for an unexpected reason? Or an unexpected condition? Okay, let's go find out what the harvester's doing, because that doesn't look right. Dude, what are you doing? No? No, what are you doing? Seriously, how do you get there? Ugh. Okay, well, I can park that there, we can jump to there. I guess I can upload him. I have no idea what he's doing here. Because that's not even making sense. But yeah, to get to that entrance over there, I created a farm track round the edge of this field. So we lost a little bit of land, and but I'm not sure that the workers in Farm Sim 22 would be able to recognise that. Okay. I'll take this up to the top. We'll get that little strip there. I have no idea why he ended up in the middle of nowhere, effectively. But okay. Strangeness. Kind of engaged the header a little early there. And we are coming up to 12 o'clock. So I have to get some lunch. I need something to drink because I've run out. And then I need to go out to the shops while it's snowing before it settles and everybody's not going anywhere for a few days. And that up there, and worker. So we will come around to here. And there we go. On first day of summer. On, I believe, year 6. Oh, there's the Spitfires. We have our barley harvest started. We are doing the first harvest of this year. And we will be planting corn in the coming days. We'll be harvesting a field just behind those hedges over there. But for right now, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Has lots of leftovers, so turkey sandwiches for lunch. But for right now, I'm out of here. Have fun, everybody.